you do on your Friday? I watch Star Citizen Live so that you don't necessarily have to.
Hello YouTubers, this is Anubifier. Today is the 18th of February 2022. There was an hour-long Star Citizen Live with Lewis and Thomas from the props team Pyro Proposition. Jared said that they're making something for Pyro. So here's what you need to know. Lewis is a props master who's responsible for the medical beds, and Thomas is a props master who's been at CIG for 6 months and made the CitizenCon trophy for this past year. The goal today was to make an improvement to the last show, which was a traffic cone. They took a white box mesh to be usable for an actual trolley asset that's needed for Pyro. The object was a super futuristic trolley, but then Richard Tyrer called in and interrupted to say hello. Jared hung up on him, and based on some concept art and the basic shape, they fleshed out more progress. They said that this would usually take more than an hour, but they were willing to try. They needed to animate this, and to do that, they needed to separate it into an asset subcomponents. To articulate the wheel, for example, you would need to break up all the parts, name them, adding the connection points, and then how the range of motion would be. Chat asked why they were in Autodesk and not in Blender. They said that nobody cares at CIG what program is used as long as the asset meets the required quality and the intent of the job. Jared then amplified that there's actually a team at CIG who make converters so that they can easily switch between programs at will. They demonstrated a new concept for the battle trolley. Jared said to chat, if you want it, go over to Spectrum and request it now. Make sure it has LTI. Things slowed down for a little bit, so I actually went upstairs because I smelt that my wife had been cooking. I returned to the studio about 6 minutes later with a fresh coffee and a homemade cinnamon bun. Jared then highlighted a program called Houdini that would quickly dress a set or object, such as a coffee shop or a bar, with everything that should be attached to it, like cups, bottles, cutlery, and napkins, whatever's needed. It saves time, people. It's good optimization. Once physics was enabled, the weight of the item caused it to topple over, so they needed to fine-tune it. They then added a pallet to the scene and were able to go into first-person view to test their progress. Work continued for the remainder of the hour, resulting in a player-usable version of a static asset, right? Mission success. Sorry that I couldn't be more informative. It was two dudes working and chilling with Jared for an hour. And that's it. Thanks very much for spending your time with me. If you enjoy the breakdowns, please consider subscribing. As a public service announcement, I am now a pro streamer. In case you didn't know, I make no BS versions of my own content over on Nubifier Competition. Check out the rundown of last night's stream. Der Nubifier is where you can find my Star Citizen stuff translated into German. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.